Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my European series Take 2. Today we're in part 2, and after this great comments and the great response from you guys after the first episode, I was thinking, okay, I want to do something special for episode 2, but sadly I already had it recorded, also the voice recording, and I wasn't that happy with it. So here I am sitting with take 2 of the voice recording. The reason for this is that I want to get the quality kind of up, because I wasn't kind of happy with from the second part, because from the first one it was sounding quite well, and now I thought about I want to do it for the second one as well. So I, from now on, would try to take myself more time for the voice audio and voice acting. Not voice acting, voice recording I would call it, because it is just kind of better, I would say, and it is just doing a better result in my opinion. So what you can see me building there is just another highway exit. Well, actually, this is our first highway exit, and it is an sunken one going from a tunnel into the city. And this has also kind of something like a real-life impression, and you will be seeing soon what I kind of mean with it, that it will have a real-life impression. You will be seeing it in the next part, I think, because I wasn't having any time to put it in there, and it also wasn't that much fitting because we haven't built anything about in this area, but you will soon be seeing what I mean with this. And now we are also coming to the main part of the video to be doing, and this is in Gemeindebau. It is a municipality building. This basically just means, when I've kind of translated it correctly, that you have an kind of living block with a lot of small apartments and smaller spaces for people to live for a very cheap price, and it is basically called a Gemeindebau in Austria, and it is just basically a place where you would go when you don't have that much money for living and for the kind of normal life and how you can spend your money. And this is kind of what I wanted to build there. There's a lot of these in Vienna. For example, about estimated 500,000 people in Vienna live in a Gemeindebau. And this is nearly a quarter of all of the people that are living in Austria. So not in Austria, I'm sorry, in Vienna. And this means kind of that it is quite a lot, I would say. So we have about a quarter of the people from Vienna living in buildings like this. And from this number, you can already see we will be building a lot of them. So the kind of building that I choose for this is from Titan. It is right now an office building, because I haven't downloaded the residential one of it, but we have some residential in the middle, and we will have a lot of them for residential too, so I've downloaded them right now, and we will be building more of them soon. They aren't in the kind of old town or anything near this. They are on the outer ring of the city, and this will be also the ring where we'll have a lot of kind of the water and sewage treatment and stuff like this. So this will be kind of the service area, I would say. And this is also kind of for the workers a place where they can live, or where they can kind of get some rest after work. And yes, also for the point of get some rest, we will be having a small park in the middle of this whole building complex. So you will see in some minutes me building the inside of it with some trees, with some bushes, and just also making inside there 2 or 3 living blocks in another style. The reason for the other style is that I thought it would be built in another time period. So this kind of style, I would imagine, is from the 1960s. This is kind of the style that I built there. That was kind of a small crisis there, because we've got a lot of workers from other countries in our land, and we are just like, okay, we don't have too much living space where they can live, so you've basically just built these buildings. And there we will be also rebuilding some stuff from Vienna. And therefore, I want to try out to build the Karl Marx area. So this is basically a big complex. It is about, I think, 1 kilometer long one side, and it's just a huge building. So this is something that I will try to replicate. Here you can just see me coloring everything and trying around. I've now colored them completely different, and I've just skipped this because this was about 5 hours of me just coloring stuff. No, it wasn't about 5, I think it was 3.5 or something like this, because I was trying around with it to get the perfect look. Because these buildings have very interesting color, I would say. So it's like, okay, I definitely need to rebuild kind of the style of this, and also get kind of in the color of it. So here at first I wanted to make something half opened in the middle, but it wasn't working out for me. So I was just like, okay, no, screw this idea, I'll be making it like this. And it is looking kind of good, so I'm very happy with this. And it is also accessible with streets going in the middle of it. This wasn't very important for me, so that it's also having a use. And yes. So here I'm just kind of looking right now. On the outside you have these generic trees, I think they're called. And I was like, no, I don't want them there, they don't fit here. So I had to rethink the idea, and then I've just used the, I think it's called the prop switcher. It is just a mod where you can kind of switch this off, and I've made these trees by Bidelmo once again that I just love so much. A bad thing that I've recognized about my save right now is once I'm kind of changed the trees on them and you are adding a street to the street, the trees again reset. So this is kind of weird, but I think I might find the problem soon. At least I hope so. I've actually right now recorded about 20 minutes ago what I built for part 3, so I can definitely say there's still the problem is, but this is also a part where I'm very much looking forward to. I think you guys will like it. It is just kind of a very cool thing. I don't know if you guys know Vienna well, but it will be something kind of the gasometer. These are 2 big towers, big old towers, and they will be just kind of the first supplies that we'll be building in our city for our citizens. They will be for water and for electricity. And they are very much in the middle of the city, and this is also another interesting thing. In Vienna we have a lot of the things split into our city, also like the garbage recycling is in the middle of our city. It was kind of a building that was designed by Hundertwasser. This is quite a famous architect and also artist. I actually love his work. I hope I can find something similar in the workshop, because this is just kind of a style that you can't replicate. It is just incredibly cool. It's everything like very wavy and very cool looking, so this would be a shame if I wouldn't be putting it into our city. So now we're gonna building a football club. It is right next to the government housing, or better say the municipality housing or building. And this is kind of my imagination that they have destroyed some of the Gemeindebau there. And the reason for this would kind of be if there was kind of an explosion in there, anything like a destruction. So it wouldn't be kind of useful for them to keep it there. And so I thought about, yeah, I want to do their small football club, with the main reason that it is here located, that you can have kind of a lot of different public transport to go right next to it, so that your people can go there quickly and move forward very quickly. It's having a very good kind of point of entry and exit for public transport, and also for private transport by the car. And with this, I mean kind of we have the tram line going there right next to it. We have the highway exiting right there, and we also might have the train line going very close to this one. So I'm right now just thinking also on the kind of background work is that I'm thinking, what can I do there for the public transport, and where can I put in a train, because we have a lot of trains in Austria and in Vienna, and especially we have a lot of train lines. And they are just kind of splitting out everywhere, and they're spreading out through the whole country afterwards after in Vienna. So this is just a cool thing that I wanted to add there, and that I want to add there soon. But at first, they're simple parking lot that I haven't detailed in this episode. It isn't even having decals. I don't know how I forgot it, but I forgot it, so I'm sorry for you guys. But it will be detailed after the next one. I've detailed it afterwards, but for now it has to be looking so blank, and I didn't put any decals there because I forgot it. But yeah, I think it works out quite well, the whole thing. And yes, also just kind of a big thank you right now for you guys. We've reached the 500 subs, and also we've got about 50 likes for my first episode of the series, so I'm very happy to see that you guys enjoy what I'm doing there. And I will definitely try to keep up the good work and try to keep every one of you entertained. And also I've read your comments, and for example, a comment that we need to make more kind of corner buildings is completely true. I didn't do this that much in the first one, but you're completely right, it wouldn't be realistic, so this is something that I need to do. I need to remake a bit. This will be kind of in part 4, I think. We will be expanding the old town once again. And yeah, it is kind of hard for me to kind of figure out what I want to do for what episode in kind of the first episode before it. So when I would talk about the third one, to say the third one, and this is kind of a thing that I need to learn, or we'll just be keeping it out, and I'm not sure right now. Because it is just kind of, for me, pretty struggle, because I'm normally just like an impulsive guy thinking what I could build there, and this is then their build. So yes, here you can just see me adding in the corner curbs and everything. And now we're getting kind of in the exit of the kind of training facility here, and everything should be functional there to go there, but I'm not sure right now. We'll be seeing this later on, but it is just kind of a small entryway for them, and with some bushes and some trees. I think I did put down some benches to sit down, but there isn't that much. There are some walls, there are some trees, and just kind of big fans to catch the balls. They're going way too far. And yeah, therefore I'm using some different trees from Videlmo, just because I want to get in some variety and some better looks for our whole thing. Also, we're adding in the lightning, because this should be the first city that is also functional, and also functional at night. So this is also what I'm trying to keep an eye on right now. This is the reason why in the third episode we're already building water facility and electricity facility. And the reason for this is that I want to have a working city in the end. And I want to have it as soon as possible, and this is what I'm doing there. Here I've added in the first fence, and then there put in some more trees. And they are not only for the kind of sake of and the reason for protecting from views, but it's also just kind of to break up the grid and break up the look of it. This is quite a simple technique to do it. And yes, this whole football field isn't that hard to detail, and it is also not taking too many FPS. That's why I love it. And this is just kind of what I wanted to do there. So here we've just remained with this small one getting detailed, and wasn't that much work, it was quite okay. And yeah, this is kind of also the stuff that I enjoy doing. I just love doing some small detailing like this, and getting in some small things that you can only see when you're really looking into it. Some stuff like this. So sadly, also some parts of the intersection detailing from the last episode I've deleted by myself by mistake. I have to redo it once again, and we'll be making a small version in this episode, but it is definitely not the finished version. I have to work around it there and get it good looking, because right now it was also the same color as the bicycle pathways, but I have to work around this and see what I can do there. And now I will be kind of detailing this small strip of green grass there soon. And this will also be just basically trees and bushes, nothing special, because I was kind of considering doing something kind of a flower thing there. As you can see there, I was waiting there and looking at Google Maps, but there I was like, no, this wouldn't be working out for me. Also, what you can see there on this picture perfectly is kind of the detailing of the inner side. It is very easy. It is just basically 4 different trees and 2 bushes. Just kind of crammed together all into there, and it looks quite well, I would say. A thing that I would like to know if you've watched this video until this point is, what do you think of the speed of the video and the voice recording? What could you do there to improve it? I would love to hear this from you guys, and what you want to see me to build, please write it down in the comments down below. I will be trying to answer all of them. And yes, also I'm sorry that we had to put back to 1 video per week. The reason for this is that I from now on don't have that much time in school. Due to school, but I said I have to do a lot for school right now. I have to learn for the first test, for the first kind of schoolwork stuff, and yeah, this is right now a pretty tough time for me. But I definitely don't want to stop this series. It will be 1 video per week from now on, because I just love working it out and making stuff for YouTube. And yes, there you can just see me using prop switcher to switch them off, and with them getting switched off, I just want to say thank you for watching. I will now leave you, and hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen, and if you did, I would appreciate if you'd show it to me with a like. If you're new to my channel, you've watched at this point, thank you. Please consider subscribing to me. I am doing weekly uploads, and I just love to hear your feedback, and it is a very good way to support me too. It is just giving me a very emotional push to kind of see you guys liking what I'm doing, so definitely when you like what I'm doing, please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you did, thank you, and have a great day. Bye!